What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all? We are live. I was on vacation. I am back. The ladies is back. And we're talking about BMF tonight, y'all. What's up? What is up? Hey, Tamika. Hey, EJ from the TG. EJ, the TV junkie. Y'all, I'm all tongue tied, y'all. What's up?
Hey, boo. We're so glad to have you back.
Hey,
Oh, we're talking about long hair, don't care.
long hair don't care. Look, I missed the episode yesterday, y'all. I was trying to get on, but I was on my way back here. So,
It's all good.
I was in traffic, couldn't make it. Hey, Lisa Boston, what's up? Look, if you are on here from Facebook, we can see y'all comments. Don't just stare. Let us know y'all in the building, all right? Queens is in the building, Texas is in the building, BX is in the building, and we got Maryland coming through too. We got the DMV area coming through, y'all, right? So let's talk about this episode. And it was a real sad episode, y'all. It was really sad. And I want to know y'all thoughts. EJ.
Well, Moochie, let me tell you, girl. Listen, seriously, it was just way too much for me. I was just like, now, you know what? We did not need all this extra. We did not need this too many.
Give me
one at a time.
That in this episode?
Yeah, it was just
that. I think it was a bit much, yo.
Yeah. I just couldn't handle two. I was like, when I saw Little Man went down, I was like, they got to say the other one because we knew it was going to happen, but I was like, they got to say the other one for the other episode. And damn it, they just didn't. It was a lot. What's up, Ashley? What's up, Lemon Kush Pepper, Terry?
And my sweet perspective. Hi.
How y'all doing?
Yes. So, look, we already knew, we all figured out about Stacks. We already know that Inga wanted to throw him in the furnace. I don't know, was it ginger snaps or cinnamon that wanted to throw him in the furnace?
Ginger snaps. Ginger snaps say he gotta go.
Yeah. So like some of this stuff we couldn't wait for it to happen. That was one that I was glad to see happen.
Me too.
And yo, I like Tina.
Me too.
Yo, she's like that chick. She is that chick. She busting them in the head with champagne bottles. She getting down with the dudes.
Okay, that
so
part.
Yeah, I like her. I just figured. I see how Meech kept falling into this thing whenever they see Remy at this club. They be ready to get their hand game on. And I feel like this is how he was falling for it in a way. For the deception that Stacks was doing. Cause he was egging him on each time and he wanna seem like he looking out for Ty Washington, but it's not even about that. It's not even about that though. What was y'all thoughts of this whole party scene even coming outside? Because I didn't get to the outside part. So I'm gonna start with you, EJ, and then we'll go down to Tamika, and then we'll work our way back up. Because it's other things I want to discuss in regards to this scene, because I like the way he kind of smoothed things over with Terry and Loco. So just stay in that area up until even outside and what happened outside. So
okay. Yeah. Hey, Steven, what is up? I try to say hi to y'all in the chat, but y'all know my comments don't be coming through.
Why not?
Because the channel. So if they're not on my channel, it won't. They can't see them. I can see theirs, but they can't see mine.
You got to go to your settings and do the all. And then we'll be able to see them.
There, but it don't. I don't know why it don't work. It don't like me for some reason. So I don't know. I give up.
Like you don't say that. Don't do it like that.
Yeah, so no, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw dude, the way that they kind of dapped it up and the way he said that, I was like, he ain't finna make it out of here because I knew it was about to be. I knew it was about to be a showdown. I already knew that part, but I was like, he not about to make it. I said, you right there with that colorful jacket on, that plaid, you about to go down. You ain't gonna make it. But I thought it was interesting. I loved how they was geeking out over the car when they saw the what was he, a boxer, football, whatever, whoever he was, the athlete. I loved how they was geeking out over that, but I knew something was about to go down, and it just goes down in the parking lot every single time. Dang it, they need to stay out of there. They got to stay out of the palace. Too much stuff goes down there.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. When it's time for them to leave the club, they need to just leave. All of that, like outside at the end, no. Because it seemed like every time something happens, it's right after the club, or either they going there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Every time. What's up, RC? Hey, Momo.
So what was your thoughts, Tamika? Because we get to that whole scene from the club to outside to everything popped off.
I mean, it was kind of expected. First of all, we know one thing Meech gonna do no matter what is fight. He gonna be swinging, and it's less like anytime he see Remy is on site. So I was like, okay, we got another fight going on. As far as T and Loco, I laughed when T was like, oh, thank God, because that dude really seems like he hate me. And of course I said, everybody hates you, T. But I was here for T this episode, so I didn't have no issues with him. But I was laughing at that. And of course, we got to see the start of where, they're going to have the ideas of the cars and what to do with them come into effect once they was like so fascinated with seeing this Rolls Royce with this boxer. Mm-hmm. So I like how they showed that.
And what are yours? Wait, who am I talking to? Who am I addressing down there? Is it Inga? Is it Ginger Snaps? Or is it Cinnamon?
Oh, wait a minute. Today is Blondie. Today is Blondie.
All right, Blondie.
Yeah, today is Blondie. Cinnamon is resting, and Cinnamon and Ginger Snap, they resting. They had a long weekend. So Blondie today.
I see it swaying too. Oh my goodness. I can't with you.
Ooh, okay. So where are we talking about?
Look, I'm going to ask you this question. I had this theory the first season when they talked about when Terry did the cars the first time. Do you think he's going to go back to the classmate that we saw in the first season, and her brother works with the automotive stuff? Because remember, I had that as a theory that he's going to come back to her, and she's going to be the one that's doing them cars, his classmate. Look, y'all heard it here. I said this last year. I believe I even did a theory video. So I'm going to find it and put it in this link so y'all can see it. I'm going to pin the comment for later. So that way, if you did not see it, if you're here for the rewatch, you could go back and check that out. So what do you think? Do you feel like he was being too trusty with Stacks because he was already questionable? He let him back open arms too soon?
I don't. Oh, you asking her? Me?
Either one. Well, yeah, all of y'all. So I mean, we'll start with Inga.
Go ahead. No, I think he already knew. We just didn't see it yet. But this was he already had a plan. Like, I think he was already 10 steps, as he told Terry, 10 steps ahead. I don't think that he was being trusting. He was just letting everything play out, just to make sure that this guy was, to see whether he was on the up and up. At least that's what I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it turned out that he was right.
Yeah,
the Stacks was a snake in the grass. So,
Yeah, I think Meech was always ahead on that part. I don't think he ever believed it. I think that he was just playing the game. He gonna see, like, let me actually see, but I'm not just gonna go into it full trusting you just like that, because I mean, everything that Stacks has done, he ain't never really gave off. I mean, just the way he even came back, my bad, like, dude, like, come on now. Ain't nobody, like, if you gonna be in this game, you gonna have to always be thinking ahead. So I never believed that Meech believed it. I just thought that I thought he would do exactly what he did. Put somebody on him.
I'm glad he did, but I feel like he was being too loud about it, Terry, because Terry wants everybody to know what their next move is, because he don't never take Meech to the side or anything to have certain discussions, where I feel like he needs to start doing, because y'all supposed to move as a unit. You shouldn't even see, they shouldn't even see y'all disagreeing like this. What are y'all thoughts?
Terry is Terry, so I ain't really think that much of it, because that's what he been doing this whole time.
Yeah, I think this time they did work together. Terry finally got his head out of Marquisha Coochie, and he decided to work with his brother. So
yeah.
I love Terry in this episode. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I agree
this
with
episode,
Tamika.
but don't worry, we going back to Detroit, and I'm gonna hate him again. So we like him now, though.
I do say I agree with Tamika. He was better this episode. He was much better this episode. Which brings me to the question for tonight. I don't know if you guys saw it. This is tonight's question that is in the polls tonight. Please, do you think Bryant will get together with Terry to take down Henry? Please leave your vote in the chat, and we'll discuss it at the end. And right now, I do believe that this might happen. For the simple fact is that right now, Bryant done burnt his bridges, and he wants to get back.
I don't think he's gonna still work with.
I think he
with
is.
The Flannery brothers.
I think he is, so. And he's still going. He gonna do something. Either he gonna try to work with Jen, but Jen is ready to throw him under the bus now. I don't want to put on my track shoes.
Maybe Jen, but I don't think he hates them Flannery brothers. I don't think.
I know he hates them, but right now, he hates Henry more. That's how I feel. I feel like he can't stand Meech and Terry. But remember what he said? I think that was a foreshadowing moment when Terry told Bryant that you will come crawling back. So that's what made me think about all of that. That's how I feel about that scene. Anybody else in regards?
I agree with you. I think that this is going to be a point where it's going to be the lesser of two evils. And it feels like they're setting us up for them two to work together, because I remember when I was saying, like, that didn't even make sense for him to even go to him in the beginning, asking him to work with him. And then I started thinking about it. I said, they must be setting us up for them to actually work together for like a smidget, because it just didn't make sense to me. So I think that's what's going to happen too. But
I'm 50-50 on it. I had said no originally when I was thinking about it, because I was just like, Bryant ain't got the sense God gave a roach. If he had messed with Terry to begin with, then he wouldn't have been in this predicament. Instead, he wanted to roll with damn Henry. But, I'm like, is it the enemy of my enemy, and we come together, but then I'll just hate you again after we finish doing what we got to do.
Yeah.
It's possible,
that might be right.
But
I don't I'm gonna go with the. I'm gonna go with how you 50-50, maybe. I don't know. He's so stupid. Brian is so stupid. I just don't.
We gonna get to him. That would be the smarter play
for him. We have a whole segment for him, ladies. We have a whole segment for him, and I know we're gonna be on Charles and Lucille for a while. But I just want to get to certain points of the episode where we know now I feel like with this scene, that lady was doing too much. You know, they was members of churches, and there's no way he would do. I mean, I guess he feel like, since everybody knows about what happened, and people was coming to carry stuff back, and I think that was her. Like that was her. Was that her friend, or was that a family member that came?
That was the same person that she was talking to before. My thing is,
so that's her cousin.
I could see it both ways, but at the same time, I would have walked over there, to be honest. If I see my cousin's man sitting there with somebody, after I finished picking up my food, I would have walked right over there like, hey, Charles, what's going on?
Exactly.
You know, you gonna go home and sit on it and then go to her. That's the part that I was like, you just being messy at this point.
Right.
Yeah, she's trash. She went home, and we're assuming it was a next day because she had a different outfit on. So you had time to sit in, and then you come busting in there the next day talking about we gonna pack his bags and all this kind of stuff. You need to mind your business.
Yeah, because when they first showed the pastor, I'm sorry. I was gonna say when they first showed the pastor talking to Lucille, I thought that was gonna be her coming there then to tell her. She literally said, "I saw Charles yesterday at the restaurant." So you waited and then you came. Like, what was the point?
Right.
Just to be messy.
I can't stand hating ass women like this. Mind your business. You don't even have a man, so mind your business. Worry about you getting one, and let me deal with mine.
All right, so ladies,
let's tell nobody your business.
Let's ask the chat, as well as y'all answering. If somebody came to you like that and told you about your man, would your approach been the same approach that Lucille had, or would you approach him in a different fashion?
Go ahead, EJ. You married. What you gonna do?
Would you listen to what? Because keep in mind, that's a relative now.
EJ, I saw your man at the store and he was talking to the lady. What you gonna say?
Okay, so that's it's kind of for me, this is just me personally. At first, it depends on where the information came from. That's the first thing.
Okay.
And then for two, I'm not gonna approach it in the same way. I'm more one of those people. I don't like, and maybe other people are different, but you can't come to me and tell me something. Like, I need to see it for myself. So thank you for the information. I appreciate it, but I'm going to put it in my back pocket because now I'm about to catch you, ninja. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to catch you and I'm going to find it out for myself, because now I'm just going to open my eyes a little bit more. Like, okay, maybe I need to open my eyes. Maybe I need to pay a little bit more attention. Maybe I need to do this, but I'm not just going to come throwing it all out at the table. But in Lucille's case, she just dealt with, she just coming straight off of a Mabel situation. So I kind of understood where she was coming from when she went left. But that friend, a cousin, whoever she is, tell me the same day. You should have walked up to Charles. You should have said something to Charles. So Charles could have got this song together quicker, because he almost didn't get that song out, y'all. So that bat came running. But that's just me. You can't tell me nothing. Nobody can tell me nothing about my man. I'm going to have to find it out I'm going to have to follow through. You can tell me, but I'm going to follow through myself.
Right. Unless I come to you with the video, or pictures, like the real proof.
And even then, it better be a video. And if it's just pictures, like, I just want you to send them to me so I can hold on to them. Like, that's it. But I'm just not gonna go straight up to you and accuse you of something
and have a baseball bat and all this stuff
before I got all the information. But like I said, I understand why Lucille did it, only because her man literally just
it's a couple of things with that part. I'm with EJ. It definitely depends on who's telling me the information. I am storing it and holding on to it, and trust me, ain't nobody a better detective than me. So if something going down, I'm gonna know. Other than that, is also, you're not gonna come in my house and tell me, oh yeah, you getting him out of here, you packing this and that up. No. Chick, okay, slow your damn roll. This is my house, and I'll do it the way I want to do it. That was out of pocket.
She was out of pocket, and now that's my next question. Do you think that she let her off, like she took her word because it was her relative? Now, you know, usually when you get news that's coming back to you like that, and it's coming from your relative, you usually take it at face value and believe it right away. So do you, and that's how I sort of seen.
No, it was out there. No.
I just think it was because it was too fresh from the Mabel thing. I think that's the only reason why she was so quick to believe it. I honestly think that had this have been like Charles had messed up before, I don't think she would have took it like that. I don't think we would have went from 0 to 100. I think it would have been a totally different story. I think it's only.
But at the same time,
how you got? I'm sorry.
You can't be grabbing a bat ready to go at Charles talking about once a cheater, always a cheater when you was just in there kissing up in the damn doctor's face. And my you want to
scream into the microphone.
Oh, I don't call him.
Yes,
she
you ain't got no right.
Oh, I was just kissing the doctor.
Yeah, please get out of my face, Lucille.
I was giving her the side eye on that one. I'm just saying, I get we getting our feelings, but girl, really?
Yeah. No, you was and not just. I mean, you was really about to get down with the good doctor, you know. So don't, yeah. So that. Then
y'all got to think about it. Well, she don't know who it is yet, so I don't know. He's kind of trying to tell her. I don't know. Like I don't know. I'm.
And then she got touchy when he said Sister Riley because she thought that Sister Riley wanted him the last time around.
That's why I was thinking. I was
thinking about him.
I don't know.
My thing is either you going to forgive your husband, y'all work on the marriage and move on from it as best as y'all can, or get divorced. Stop playing it right now. Charles was not the problem. I understand how everybody felt the first time, and I agree with the other stuff with the Mabel was trifling and everything. But now Charles is not the problem. It's Lucille, and I want to see everybody who tore Charles up tear her up when she messes up, because it's going to happen.
I want to see that too. I want to see
caught.
We're gonna have the same feedback that we was getting from.
Oh no, I'm equal opportunity. If you wrong, you wrong. I don't care who you are. Yeah. And we already know it's gonna go down, and this doctor's not gonna be what she think he is. That's what I feel.
Right. Okay, so let me ask y'all this. What was y'all thoughts about her keeping the good Dr. Maurice Montclair's phone number and card under her pillow? And
about to pleasure her own self before Charles snuck up into the room.
I was trying to understand what we was holding on
under the covers. And then he came on in like a little schoolboy. What did y'all think of the song? I didn't even look. We got to go back to the song.
That was hilarious. Yeah.
I know some people thought it was trash and all of that. And it was, you know, and it was all of this other stuff I heard people say. I think that is it corny? Yeah. But, you know, if somebody writing you a poem or a love letter or write you a song, and even if it's kind of corny, it's sweet. It's not like, you know, at least he's trying, you know, he know he screwed up. That's why he wrote this stupid song. He trying, you know, he
trying.
Yeah, he is trying. I mean, some of these fools out here won't even give you a Hallmark card, little 99-cent Hallmark card. Just say something. So
she was about to rub the ink.
Yeah, the song was funky. The melody was nice, but the sentiment was definitely beautiful.
Just the sentiment.
You know,
it's
the thought that counts.
It wasn't on beat.
If y'all didn't hear Booby's remix, go listen
Sally
to it.
said that is for me.
That was so funny.
Too much auto-tune. What did you say about Booby?
It's so good.
He's in a remix to the Charles song. So shout out to him.
Booby Traps. Please go check out his remix for the Charles Please Baby Please song. Okay? Because that's what we calling it. The please baby please. I'm just trying to get back.
I heard a couple of women say, "Oh, it was some BS. It's trash. It's this and that and the third." And that's their opinion. Whatever. Everybody feel how they feel. But I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it was trash. I just felt like, you know,
I didn't think it was trash.
Yeah.
What did you think, EJ?
So I think that the sentiment, because I am a person who gave Charles the business, and I will always stand by giving Charles the business. I think at the end of the day, this is what it all comes down to. Lucille, this is still very, very fresh for her. I know everybody want to go in on Lucille and say how trash she is, and I do think that she's wrong. I've never been a person that is tit for tat, but we do have to think about the fact that this is still very fresh for her. She is still very hurt by the situation about what Charles did, yet she still loves and cares for him. And then boom, she has this other man kind of pop back up, and he's saying and doing the right things right now. And everybody been there. They know how that feel when somebody say and do the right things. And when you looking at this other person, like you done messed up, like you literally slept with the neighbor. So I'm not ready to be like, oh, Lucille is just straight trash. I think she's wrong. I think she's hurt, but I'm not ready to give Charles like all the ultimate forgiveness. Dude, you did wrong, and now you're trying to make it right. And that's cool that you're trying to make it right. But I do agree with Inga, if you're going to go through with it, even though Lucille has repeatedly said that they are separated, then but she still kind of still wants Charles at the same time. Like she's torn. And I think we can all kind of relate to that. But I do think that this doctor is not on the up and up. And I think that they're going to bring that into play, that we're going to see that at some point. I personally don't think she's going to fall all the way. I don't think so. But I don't know. Because Lucille been acting a little different. So I don't know.
But let me ask you this, EJ. Are you separated and you still living in the same house together? Is that
they don't have a choice. They don't have it's their circumstance the reason why they still in the same house. I feel like she would have kicked Charles out if she could have kicked Charles out.
They can't afford no divorce.
They can't afford
you have two sons that are being kingpin.
Girl, that part don't matter.
They could. One of them sons will put their mom up in that little apartment.
That's the part I don't understand.
Terry just bought. Your mama could sit up in there.
That's a great point that you make.
I don't think they would have their father on the street either. I think one of them, Meech, or one of them will take care of their mother or the father. So
but
I don't know.
I don't think Charles will go in any house that Meech and them buy.
Yeah, but
I can see Lucille doing that.
Lucille will.
Lucille will wearing the clothes and everything. So why not take the house?
Yeah, I don't know. Like that part right there is always baffling to me because I feel like Lucille probably would, but sometimes I feel like there was a moment where I felt like Charles wouldn't take anything, but Charles has been kind of coming around as it relates to that. So I really don't know. I just feel like we got two people in a space, like two married people who one messed up, the other is not ready to forgive and let it go. And now they just in this weird spot. She don't really want him to go. He don't really want to go. He's trying to fight for his marriage. But at the same time, she feels like she's seeing something that's more, like she feel like she could have had more. It's that I look back at this, what I could have had and what I should have had, and week. Where I'm at right now. I mean, and people can say that they ain't never like that's not a thing, but that really is a thing. People look back all the time and be like, I shoulda, coulda, woulda, did this, and then they try to relive that. Now, for Lucille, I think that's not going to be a good thing. I think she needs to try to work it out with her husband and move forward, because right now she's crossing the line, because now you done let him back in your bed. There's no more separation at this point. He back in your bed. Doctor gotta go, and that's how I feel about that. But I'm still not mad at her for how she's feeling, because this man cheated on her and violated her in a way with a neighbor that you shouldn't do in a marriage. That part, it just is what it is. Like, you can't tell her when to let that go. But if you're gonna work on it, you're gonna work on it, and you're gonna move past it, and you're gonna forgive, and you're gonna forget, and you ain't gonna bring that shit up. Point blank, period.
Yeah, you can't keep rehashing it.
Exactly.
If y'all both all he knows is that she was making googly eyes at the doctor per Nicole. But she doesn't know about the steamy kiss. He doesn't know about
no. And the doctor was grabbing all up on her backside and all. He was getting down with the get down.
Yeah.
If she had to pull away, the clothes would have been off in the
He had her up against the wall. If they wasn't in that doctor office, imagine if they was in an examination room.
He had a couch in there. They could have got right on that couch. He had a couch.
If they was in the examination room, and that room, that thing with the stirrups was there, she would have been right on that thing with her feet up in the air, taking it all in. I'm just saying.
Right.
Go on, Lucille.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think she's gonna see that it's not gonna go the way she think it's gonna go.
Look, sometimes the grass, people think the grass is always
It
greener
ain't.
on the other
On the
side.
other
It's just
side.
different
Because
effing dirt.
Charles is not
Different
a
effing
horrible
dirt. That's what
husband.
it is.
He just
He's not a
screwed
horrible
up.
husband, but he did cheat on her, and that is a violation. We gotta just keep remembering that.
I remember that, but a tit for
neighbor.
tat, you don't do no tit for tat.
But you don't do tit
you
for
don't
tat.
stoop down to their level when they cheat like that. Just let them go and do them and be the blads that they are. That's how I mean, I'm not. That's how I am. Some people want to have that get back though.
Yeah,
Where
some
they
people do,
satisfy
but
with
I
the
feel
get
like
back.
either you
Get
in
the
or
get
you're
back
out.
after you didn't get away from him. Don't be in the house and you sitting there having a family
And y'all
dinner
under the
and you
same
still
roof.
going.
That
I
could
mean,
get
and that you
dangerous.
just as bad as he is. Then
That could get dangerous. Well, let me look at these comments real quick because it's people. Somebody
agree,
said
Karen,
I
that
wanted
doctor could be an abuse or anything. We don't know nothing about him yet. And Charles is not an abuse.
it takes time to break up. So, what do y'all think about Debbie B's comment? It takes time to break up.
It
Do you
does.
think
It
these
does for
emotions that
some
they are
people.
going
Everybody's
through?
different. Some people they get out. That's it. That's all, folks. Some people may do the back and forth for a minute. Listen, I definitely have done the back and forth, and I
did the
also
back
have
and
been
forth.
like next real
Yep.
quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. Moochie, can you tell Suburbia the minute that he admits that Charles is wrong is the minute that I'll admit that Lucille is all the way wrong because I
He's
already
not
said
even
that she
here
was
tonight.
wrong.
Oh yeah, he's here. Okay, look, he said
already said
EJ
that she
more
was
like
wrong.
it. Admit Lucille is wrong and move on. You never admitted Charles was wrong. Y'all brought up the whole thing, sex thing.
I always say that Charles was wrong.
He was, but I feel like you don't do no tit for tat stuff.
Yeah, he's team Charles. I'm team Charles too, but to an extent, you know what I'm saying. I'm willing to give Charles a chance, is what I'm saying. So but I always said, damn, if you was going to do it, go to a bar somewhere and find some broad that you don't know, and then Lucille ain't gonna know. You go with the lady next door across the street. She coming over with your casserole dishes and eating and having everybody.
And people also gotta
that
take.
was very trifling. That ain't like. I didn't like that.
People also have to take into consideration. Khadijah Hall made a great point. They've been together since they were teenagers. I keep saying this is the only one. Like that's a long ass time too.
Yeah,
you know,
those be the hard ones, man.
They have their kids together. They had a lot of ups and downs together. It's hard to just be like walking away from something like that.
Right. I saw that with my own parents. You know, being together since they were teenagers, and I used to ask my mother, why you ain't leave? And she says it's not that easy, just up and leave, and you got the kids and this and that. So I understand it. You know, you can't just leave, but you're not separated if you're in the same house. You ain't separated.
Some people it's hard to take that. People take failure marriage as being a failure too. I had that problem.
Absolutely.
I had that problem where I was like determined to try to make things work and try to I can't, how can I say it? Try to forgive the person and move on. But you know, sometimes people keep doing the same thing over and over again. How many times you gonna let a mother father step on your toe? And he's stepping on the corn too, and you ain't gonna say ouch. I'm gonna say ouch eventually.
Exactly. I'll be fair. I don't think that we're there with Charles. Like I keep saying, like I have repeatedly, which for some reason, and I'm gonna call you out again, Suburbia. For some reason, you keep missing this when I say it. That I do not believe in tit for tat, and that I do think that Lucille is wrong for kissing the doctor. I just understand why she's doing it. And I'm not going to be that hard on her because she didn't do it first. Charles did it first. If she had did it first, I would have been like, I would have been the same. I would have been on the same page.
Okay,
but I'm just not that mad.
He responded to you.
Wait. I'll go to the response. But hold on 1 second. I'll go to the response. Hold on a second. So it said Antoine Herron said it wasn't just the neighbor; it was her best friend. Charles messed up 210%, and this is coming from Antoine Herring. Now let me go to Mr. Jones' comment. Mr. Jones. Okay, I always said Charles was wrong for cheating after Lucille didn't give him none for 4 weeks. You gonna keep bringing up the 4 weeks?
That wasn't even a real comment, Suburbia. I saw the little sarcasm in that. That's my plan.
Okay,
Mhm.
you see what Candy said? I don't know. I'm not sure what she mean. Why are we so male identified?
I don't. Can you explain that? I guess maybe it's. I don't know. I feel like. Mm, what do you mean by that?
There's no real answer if you really think about it. It's all based on the people inside of the situation. And if we're just, looking at the show and we're just looking at the situation is that this man cheated on you with your best friend, with your neighbor, with somebody that you go to your problems with your issues with, somebody that you talk, what I'm saying? People that y'all borrowing pots and pans and stuff like that. That is, to me, that is way more hurtful than the girl down the street that I don't even know, ain't never heard of. It's like
Right.
it would feel different. And for
Right.
everybody to just want Lucille to get over it and just move on, I just think that it's not always that simple. It's not always that black and white. And
Right,
now,
right.
and I also agree with what Tamika said, they've been together since they was like forever. So it's also going to be hard for her to walk away from it, even if she really wants to. She ain't gonna just be able to walk away from it. Because
Right.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the male identified is, but I can just say that even if I was Lucille's friend and I was giving her advice, yeah, she may listen to it to a certain degree, but she's going to do what she believes in when it's all said and done. I've had friends that I've seen in worse and crazier relationships than Charles and Lucille, and I have tried to give them advice, and they still have done what they want to do.
All
One was
right.
with the worst type of person you could think of, had kids, 2 kids with him already, got married to him and had another kid. And I remember my reaction when she said she was pregnant and just got married. I was like, why did you fall and bump your damn head? What is wrong with you? I couldn't even be like, congratulations, because it was just crazy to me that she was putting herself in this situation. But at the same time, people gonna live their lives. So no matter what, like, yeah, these things happen in life. People make mistakes. Some could be greater or less than others, but it's still going to be up to them 2 people what they want to do. And some going to get out quick. Some going to do to make up the breakup. And that's just what it is. And it's, it's up to them. Like, we know that in real life, they did break up and it wasn't because he cheated, but we don't know how they're going to do it in the show. We just giving different perspectives to me and looking at both sides. But some people like to take one side more than the other. To me, I can just point out both things, but I can also give Charles credit that he does not seem like he just wants to be out here being with every single woman in the street. He really feels like he made a mistake and he's trying to make it up to her. But it's up to her to forgive him and say, yes, I'm all in with this too.
exactly.
Right.
Now that I 100% agree with.
I agree with that.
Charles.
I
agree
agree with
that
that,
he
Tamika.
knows that he made a mistake and that he wants to try to make it right. I don't think Charles is for the streets. I mean, to be honest, I think that he he did what he did because they've been together for a long time.
And I don't care how long she wasn't having sex with him, because there's many reasons in a relationship that you may go without sex for whether it's
Exactly.
days
I
or
think that's
weeks.
a BS excuse. RC has a comment. He said, "Do you ladies, do you believe what Lucille did or didn't do with the doctor was cheating? As a long time married man, I consider that cheating. I consider it cheating too because she was kissing him. Yes, she crossed the line.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion is that as far as cheating, yes, to me, I would consider it cheating because they can say that they're separated all they want to, but it's the looks for me. It's the way that they still interact with me, all of that, the way they interact in the house. They interact as
You're
they
not
married
separated,
couples.
living in the same house together. That's not separated. Just because you
No,
move down the hall, that's not separated.
I
She
know.
comes and
Somebody
she
got to move
tells
out of
him
the
her.
house.
Yeah,
And
I
then
get
not
that,
only
but
that,
people
last
can be
week,
separated. They could be separated in the same house. There are situations where they could be separated in the same house, but
Yeah,
they're
my
not
mother and father was
separated
separated and living in the
in the
same house
same
for
house.
2 years
I don't
Yeah,
think
they're
that
not
until he
separated in the
found his
same
own
house.
place.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not separated in the same house, but I do think that there are certain situations where people can be literally separated and live in the same house. But these two, as it relates to this, is not because of the way that they act. She comes home, she tells him about her day. He talks to her about his day. She looking at him, she touching him with the face thing and the rubbing his. That's not separated exactly. That's I still love you, but I'm hurt and I'm gonna punish you type of thing in a way to me, and I don't know how to move forward. So is it cheating? Absolutely, she cheated. I mean, it is what it is, but he cheated too. So I'm just not mad about it.
We're going to see if Charles is for the streets with him and the doctor get face to face. And believe me, it's going to happen. So let's talk about the face to face and let's go to the writer's room with it. Let's go to the writer's room with it. We're going to talk about the whole face to face thing. And look, I do believe it's going to be a confrontation. I don't think it's going to get physical unless he touched Lucille. If he does something, because that's what somebody else was saying might be in the line, like he might put his hands on Lucille or something like that. Do you think they might change the narrative and they might have them stay together?
They could. There's always a possibility. Okay. Especially since she started having sex with him again. If she would have never did that, then I would have been like 100% no. But because that song made her weak in the knees and she giggling and you acting like a schoolboy. Okay, just one more time. You know, one more time gonna lead to another time, to another time, to another time.
Listen, Charles say he back up in that thing now. Charles
wanted some sexual healing just as much as he wanted it or needed it. So yeah, I mean,
but y'all know what? Charles really does feel it. I mean, he said it right there in the statement. He knows that the doctor is coming. He knows that she's feeling something, and now he's trying to fight for his marriage. So it's not like he don't.
Because he brung up the doctor, and he still was like, "I want to make this work. I want to, see where we can go to in our future, and I'm not giving up." So he'll let it be known
that they work it out.
I hope so too, but I was kind of pissed off that she had that card under the pillow.
Yes.
That was crazy to me.
And the cameras let us see it. The cameras let us see it, so that means this storyline still going to be going on next couple of episodes.
All right, so put a hand up if you think Charles gonna find that card. If you don't think he gonna find it, don't put nothing up. If you think Chuck gonna find the good doctor's card underneath that pillow,
at this point, I don't think he can make a difference if he finds a card because he already stole that check.
Exactly.
You don't think it matters anyway?
Yeah, I think Charles is going to pay him a visit because he's trying to fight for his marriage. And now that they've slept together, he has to go and see the doctor. He knows, like people can say that they don't know sometimes, but I think you just blindly want to believe that you don't know. But I really think that Charles 100% knows that there is something going on there. He's going to the doctor and he's going to have a conversation with the doctor and ask the doctor to back the hell off because he's trying to make it work with his woman. I think that's how it's going to go.
Now, why you got your lips tooted up, Monique? What is wrong?
Anyway, hi, ladies.
Hi. Okay, so here's the question. Do you remember how Charles took the keys from each friend? He better have that same energy with the dot plus 10 times plus.
I want to say you ladies made some pretty valid points, and I really agreed with pretty much what everybody had to say. I do think it's a complicated situation. For me, infidelity is already tough enough, but I've said previously on my channel that the part that would make it hard for me to forgive is that you didn't just cheat, you cheated with someone who I considered a friend. So that adds another layer of betrayal and hurt. However, I do give Charles credit for acknowledging his wrongdoings, not making excuses. He's taking accountability, and he is fighting for his marriage, which I do appreciate. Now, Lucille, she in a tough situation. She really is. She's at a crossroads in her life and within her marriage. She's got a man who collectively has been a good man, to her throughout the years. He made a huge mistake. Now she's at a crossroads. Does she stay or does she go? And then in the midst of that chaos, she runs into you know,
The
what
good
could have
doctor.
been the good Dr. Chocolate, you know, and now she's got all these what ifs and, ooh, what if my life turned out like this? And, you know, like I said earlier on Lamont's channel, the grass isn't always greener. I think Moochie said the same sentiment. It's not. I do feel like something, we gonna find out something about the doctor. I don't know. I don't know. But she's in a tough predicament. I will say that. And we'll see how this plays out.
Look, Charles telling his sons is not to hustle, telling his sons not to hustle drugs, and if you don't like it, get out is not good enough reason for Lucille not to give him none. Team Cheetah. I don't think that had anything to do with her not giving me. That had nothing to do with him not giving.
You ain't got to read all his comments.
Yeah,
I don't look. We're gonna leave this one alone.
Yeah, just leave that one alone.
Shabu.
Charles was wrong for cheating with her best friend, but Lucille is trying to build a relationship with the doctor. She's not just having a fling. Cheating is cheating, damn it.
She's trying to build a relationship. That man don't want no relationship. He gonna try to get in them panty drawers and he gonna leave her to the curb. Just watch and see. I'm not part of the writing team, but I think that I think that's what he's gonna do. She gonna see something in him, whether it's abuse, whether it's he got a wife and 5 kids across town somewhere, or it's something. It's gonna be something she gonna find out, and then she gonna try to come crawling back to old Charles. Okay.
So, well, I do think it's going to be something with the doctor. Like I've been saying that for the longest. It's going to be something with him. I don't know exactly what it's going to be, but it's going to be something that's going to come out. And, and we're going to see that he's not that same person. I think it was Tamika who said it way back when the storylines first started developing with the doctor. She did. Yeah, that she's going to, that people aren't always who they were back then. Like she's just remembering the doctor from who she perceives him to be then. She doesn't know who he is right now. All she knows is his accolades, and a lot of people equate.
She hasn't seen him since they went to prom. And now they probably 40-something years old. That's you don't know that man.
Exactly. But sometimes people equate lifestyle to a person's like inner core, and that's not always the truth. Just because he's a doctor and just because he looks like he has it going for himself and they not, and they're in this money situation that they're in, that doesn't mean anything. But I think that's how Lucille is looking at it. I could have had this life if I had it's a shoulda, coulda, woulda. But I just think it's all perception. It's all about the person who's in the situation. Either you're gonna forgive him or not. Either you're gonna keep it moving or not. But I agree. No.
I agree, EJ. And I also want to, for me, his integrity is in question, because I feel like a man who's willing to sleep with a married woman, I'm looking at your character and your integrity sideways.
That part. Okay. That's why I don't like that doctor.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Because that part right there, that's not very good intention from the jump. Like, why would you want a woman that you're trying to basically entice her to cheat on her husband?
You know why? She's listening to that old raggedy ass girlfriend or cousin.
That's her cousin she listening to.
Her cousin telling her cousin, going to get with the good doctor. Let me pack your bags and this, that, and the third. Come get out of here.
Yeah, she listening to this heifer.
And she ain't got no damn man. She said
that's the worst part. You don't listen to nobody that don't got a man, yo. I don't care. To me, you
can't tell me about my marriage if you ain't been married or ain't got nobody or nothing.
Let me tell you, for me, because I'm a single woman on the panel, and I'm not married. I've never been married, but I will tell you this is how you have to. This is when you become a grown woman. You as a woman have to decipher which friends or relatives you can tell stuff. I'm the type of friend, I'm speaking for me, the way I move and operate, I would have told my friend, cousin, whoever, I would have told them. and then I would have been there for them. I would have been supportive. Whatever decision they wanted to make, I would have been there to talk it through them. But in no way would I had inserted myself to be, oh, you gotta pack his stuff. He got to go. That's not for you to decide. She needs to figure out within herself and her marriage how she wants to move. I would have been a good friend and given the information, and then, sister, I'm here for you either way to support. But you have to know who you can go to with certain situations and certain information. That's what I would say.
Okay, so 1 second. We got 116 people in the building. Please scroll up to the top. If you have not come to my channel, just to cast your vote so we could close it out, because the next subject is we're going to be talking about this whole Detective Bryand debacle. So we're going to get with that, with this whole thing. I don't know if y'all saw the thumbnail. If y'all saw the thumbnail, how I got it.
I know.
He failed his son.
I'm just laughing.
He failed his son. I'm so pissed off with this. Like I said, scroll up to the top. This is tonight's vote. Do you think Bryant will get together with Terry to take down Henrietta? All right, y'all. I had a problem with something earlier. I feel like I'm going to say this. This BMF is a period piece.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out how they got Henrietta looking like a person that's in the life from the 90s, from the 2000s. Because they didn't talk about genders and all of this stuff now and addressing people as he, she, they, or them and all of this stuff.
That's right.
This is the problem that I'm having with if you're doing a timepiece show, you cannot bring what's going on today into that lifestyle.
Right.
And I believe they were off the mark with this whole Henrietta character.
Well, I think people are getting it. Hold on, I think people are getting it mixed up with the actor versus the character. So the actor prefers the pronouns they, them, but this shouldn't even be brought up right now, though. We should not apply that to the character because this is the 80s. No one there that doesn't even exist at this point. So
that's the part I'm not
doing a horrible job at this character.
Why is it even?
I don't know why it's brought up, but people are getting it misconstrued and tying it in. I'm like, it has nothing to do with the character. That's the actor, separate from the
to me, it has nothing to do with a character. And I feel like if she was in the life back then, she would be dressed more masculine, like how the fellas dress now. She would be dressed just like her homeboys. I'm sorry. I'm.
You don't think she's masculine in her
not
character?
The way they got her, like she looked like some type of ghetto superhero. With these outfits she's wearing,
she's the worst character, and
I just have
I'm question the actress of whether or not she's even good because the whole thing stink. You know what I mean? So
it's very corny.
I feel like they shouldn't have. She should have had a different look with everything. I'm sorry. She would have been dressed more like the fellas, and especially because she's trying to compete in a man's world, even if she was taking a chicks. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't even spend no time on that lady.
Let's keep it a buck. Lucille thinking about Dr. Maurice Montclair money. So he calls him Dr. Maurice money. We don't even know if that check gonna bounce, y'all. All right. Don't be fooled. A lot of doctors don't pay their bills. I used to do collections. Anywho. Henry is a character, not a character. I've said it before. Shanti, Power Force, is more believable as a woman with masculine energy than Henry. The wig, the overlay, the aggressiveness is not believable. There you go, Caroline. Perfectly said.
Boom, Caroline.
And unnecessary.
It's giving gimmick. It's giving gimmick. It's giving corny. It's giving performative. It's giving just.
I wish she wouldn't have came out in the way she came. But other than that, I mean, she's a villain that we hate, and so she's doing her job. I'll leave it at that.
That's true.
No, but you can be a good villain though. We done seen many other shows, and we can name 100 of them. And there's good villains out there that we love and root for the villain and everything. This is just nonsense. This is nonsense.
Nonsense. I
Well,
agree.
let's get on this butthead
Oh,
because
Lord.
I feel like he just messed up at every turn he met in this episode. I'm talking about Bryant. Look, I'm gonna go. Look with Jen and why did he run to Jen's house? Why did he come to Jen's house and you knew these people? You knew you dipped out of this dude's car. Why you ain't call her and tell her to meet you somewhere? You gonna lead them right to this woman's house?
I don't think he was thinking.
This is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And then you come there. Do you think the arrest would have worked, y'all? Like how you look, we already had. This is when he came. This whole. I'm gonna go back. Let me go back to. I'm gonna go stay here first because I'm like. Detective Bryant pissed me off this whole episode, y'all. He pissed me off this whole episode.
He's pissed me off since season 1. He been a horrible father. And the mother's trifling too.
Okay, so I'm gonna start with Tamika, and we're gonna go. I'll go last. EJ, you gonna go after
Monique.
Momo. Okay, so starting with this, Tamika, where do you think? What do you think that was wrong that Bryant handled this entire situation? You could go from last season to here, or just from this point on, when he's wherever.
Detective Raggedy Ass, Trash Ass, Brian. His name should be Detective Death and Destruction. Everywhere he go, he freaking messes up everything for everybody. Like, oh, this man irks my nerves. To see your son beat up, to have him tell you the things that he told you happened to him, and he like, I don't know why this is happening to me, what I did wrong, and you sitting here knowing what the hell is wrong. Then you take your raggedy ass over to jail. I'm saying, like, the lawyer still didn't get here. You still have nobody on this earth that you could call all these years of you being a detective. You done been in the streets doing business with Meech and them, getting money from them. We never found out what the hell you've been doing with the money. You have no insides of nothing. You going to Blaze did what? How did this help you? And even Henry, like, I could see you taking the protection off of him, but you didn't have to start making them beat him up and do all kind of other craziness to him. But that's the whole other story. Like, I can't. And then after he go there and put them in jeopardy, and Kobe here taking her last breaths on the floor, he like, all right, peace. I'm tired of Detective Bryant. He caused all these things on himself, and I don't know what else to say about him. Like, I don't understand how 20 years later, too bad we already saw that he was still running around with the FBI, because this man needed to be gone. Like, he needed to be folded up, burnt up, and thrown in the freaking trash. I'm so sick of him.
All right, go ahead, Blondie. What you got to say?
Y'all on fire tonight, honey.
No, I really agree with everything Tamika said. She done probably said everything that was running around in my brain. But let's now also take the mama off the get her off the hook, because
she could get it too.
Oh yeah, she did too.
Like they say on the spot, on their page, so get the hands.
Get these hands.
Yeah, she can get the hands too. Shout out to them on the spot. They because okay, we don't even know the backstory. Why'd you sign over? I wish they had gave us just a smidgen, just 1 or 2 more sentences of the script to say, why did you give up your child? You know, even trifling mothers still keep their kids. Even if you are a trash mother, most time they dragging their kids all around town with them. So they, why'd you give your son up? And then you going on about your business. And there was never no lawyer all this time. Where was the lawyer? I mean,
Oh, girl.
You know, I'm not taking my feet. I got both my feet on the mother and the father's necks, pressing hard on both of them.
So I'm standing
next,
like this on
just
both of their
stepping on
necks.
them like this, yeah. And then the next this new episode gonna come out. They're gonna have the funeral, and I saw the clip. And the mother gonna be at the funeral. If I was at that funeral, I'm gonna say, "Bitch, where you been? Where were you at? Where was the damn lawyer?
Here come in the damn grave."
Like, don't even be showing up with your black dress on and your wig on and act like you crying. Get out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, you know, and I could be taking the little person. This, I ain't taking the Charles and them thing personal, but I could be taking this a little personal because my son is similar, or he was, or is, whatever, similar to this boy, Kevin, because like small, frail.
Small frame.
You know, my son was always nerdy. When he was a kid, he's an adult now, but when he was a kid, I remember having to go up to the school and argue and get back and forth with people because they was bullying and picking on him. He been through that. Now, had he picked up a piece of pew and came and did something, I mean, I can understand it because he got tired. But this case, another content creator, and I ain't putting that person's name out there, they were saying this is his own fault. It's his own fault. He did this to himself. And I was like, wow, that boy didn't do this to himself. I mean, he got the peace because his father was not listening to him. His father ignored all the signs that was going on and didn't listen to it, didn't follow up with nothing. And he had no choice. He got tired of being picked on. When you getting bullied all the time, you get sick of that after a while, and you're going to do something to handle it. And I don't put no blame on Kevin whatsoever. This was a sad situation. And this stuff happens in real life too, all the time.
It does.
So it happens right now, especially with all this online bullying and stuff like that goes on now.
Worse now.
So it's even worse. You know what I'm saying? So, and people have taken their life because of online. Y'all done seen on the news, Facebook, bullying and stuff like that. And they be videotaping, beating up people, and people recording it. And then people take their own life. So I don't know why people was laughing and making jokes.
Oh, nothing about it is funny.
I saw a couple of people and I said that, you know, I'm questioning that person.
I've been really like a phantom this week. I haven't been on here like that.
Yeah,
like,
a couple
and
things,
stuff like that.
You know.
What's your take on it, Momo?
Okay, so I'm gonna do a different take on it. I feel like it's more than one person to blame. I do think obviously the parents are a huge fault. However, I do want us to dive a little deep. I think it's very easy to blame Bryant, but I want to ask y'all, I'm going to give y'all a couple things that he did, and then I'm going to ask y'all what should he have done different. So previous seasons, Bryant did what all parents probably do, go to the school, try to talk to the principal, let them know, hey, my son is being bullied. This is not okay. They didn't handle it seriously. They didn't help. Okay, so then he took it on his own hands and said, I'm gonna get some street ninjas involved. That's when he got B. Mickey to go scare the boy, beat him up, or whatever he did. Got B. Mickey to scare the bully. Okay, we thought that was gonna work. That didn't work. It continued. So then I guess as much as I want to blame Bryant, I guess my question is then what should he have done differently? What's the next step to do in that case? Because obviously we know he messed up with keeping the pow where he kept it, and you know we know he messed up there. But when it comes to Kevin, you know, I just feel like what was the next step after he went to the principal, after he got B. Mickey to scare the bully? What was the next thing for him to do? Pull him out of the school? What was he supposed to do? Because he can't change who Kevin is. Kevin is not a fighter. He is a young, innocent, kind soul who just wants to draw his comics draw his little drawings and go by his life. And he should be able to do that peacefully. So I'm asking now from a parent standpoint, what would have been the next step for him to do?
I'm gonna let EJ talk. And then I'm gonna tell you everything. Okay.
And then
I'll tell you everything. But it's not my turn to speak. It's EJ's turn.
I'm not done yet. I want to address another thing. So then I know y'all not gonna agree, and that's fine. I do believe some of it is on Kevin. You can't deny that. Now, do we have empathy for him? 100,000%. But we can't deny that, yes, part of this is his fault. Yes, he was bullied and tormented, and I feel horrible about that. But you still took someone's life. And with that is consequences. We can't negate that fact. Now, do I think that the other factors should be considered in his case? I do. But in real life, the legal system, which is extremely flawed, and I do not agree with the legal system, he took a life. It's the same way. I hate this. I don't think it's right. The same way if someone was abusing me and I got sick of it one day and I decided to defend myself and I pow-powed them, there is a chance that they would still lock me up even though I was getting abused. That's just how the legal system works. So we can't negate that some of this, unfortunately, is on him because he did take a life. Now, the later things that happened, not his fault. Henrietta is an evil person who took it too far. But that's just why I want to say I do think Kevin gets 10% of the blame, 20%. He gets some of it. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, EJ.
Okay. Yeah. So this is such a loaded question because I agree with everybody. And I actually, Momo, am like right where you are at with this. And that's because I know that we do empathize with Kevin. Like, we do empathize with him. Bullying is wrong. It's a horrible thing. And sometimes it makes people snap and do things out of their character. And I get that. But at the same time, we can't say that, that he doesn't have a little bit of the blame for taking that out and then unaliving this person that, was bullying him. So I 100% agree with that. And then I also agree with a lot of people in the chat where they talk about, there was one person who talked about the mom who's saying that we can't put all the blame on her either. She gave her son to this man and said, hey, take care of your son. Yeah, we don't have all of the 100% details as to why she did this, but I actually find it kind of commendable that she allowed the father to raise the son. And I can empathize with that because I too allowed my son's father to raise him. And sometimes that is necessary. And sometimes people aren't always willing to make those decisions to let this man raise them because I'm not a man. I can't raise him. So she did that. I don't know all the details of their story, but if that's along the lines of what it was, I'm not that horribly upset with her for doing that. And then there's other points in here where, to me, I put some of the blame on Detective Bryant as well. I don't give him all of the blame, but the blame where I give him is he left the gun in the safe and all the decisions that he made. It kind of allowed Kevin to have easy access to this, knowing that your son is going through all of this. You leave a gun in this particular place. That gun never needed to be there is the biggest point. If that blicky is not there, Kevin doesn't have anywhere to get a blicky from to do what he did. And that's where I blame Bryant, because like Momo said, he did go to that school. He did go get the hood ninjas to try to rough somebody up. So he did take steps to try to get rid of the bully the way he thought was an effective way, and it didn't work. But at the end of the day, his fault to me is because he wanted B. Mickey them so bad. He was trying to do this crooked stuff, and instead of him turning that gun in and doing what he should have done from the beginning, instead now you put your son in this situation. And when I say put him in this situation, allowed him access to a blicky that in return he used that also had bodies on that. And I don't care how many lawyers you got. I don't know how the hell he was gonna get out of that with all them bodies. Our legal system is fucked up. Exactly. That little boy was gonna get out of there whether he had a good lawyer or not. But this is where we're at. So I just feel like there's a lot of blame to go around. Everybody just has to take a little piece of responsibility for everything that happened. But I give a big chunk of it to Bryant, and that's only because where the blicky was, how it was there, why it was there, it was all choices that he made that led up to Kevin having access to it. Kevin doesn't have access to it. Kevin doesn't do it. He can't do it. He ain't got no way to do it unless he take a bat or something and do it. You know what I'm saying? Unless he find another way.
Mm-hmm. I've had so many problems with this because he's a cop's kid, and I've been telling y'all about my whole little gripe from the beginning of the season. There's no way with the union that you have. To me, they didn't even. To me, there's no way he would have not had a lawyer by now. There's no way that he wouldn't have got bailed out by now, even though that he's a first-time offender. He's still a juvenile, and he's a cop kid. You mean to tell me they're going to keep him in gym pop after it was in the newspaper as a popular crime, and you put him in gym pop? Even no protective custody, and he's a cop's kid? That part, I get.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like Detective Bryant could have utilized some of his things with his job. You could have picked that other kid up once he assaulted your son the first time and put the silver bracelets on him and took him somewhere and told him, look, if you don't leave my son alone, it's going to be me and you. And I can make things really hard for you. To me, he failed his child. I blame the mother because she wasn't following up on stuff. Even if you do send your child away to go live with somebody, which I have done when he got that age. My son lived with my brother. You don't think I was checking on my kid every day? You don't think I was coming up there? No, this right here, I feel like the more this whole season with Bryant got me pissed off. With him bringing that one, you should have never brought that evidence to the house.
Mm-hmm.
And you should have got, to me, you took too long to get a lawyer. I just don't understand this. You worked with Meech all this time. You didn't save any money. Even if you didn't have money, you could at least put something down on a lawyer. Come on now. This is like really bad. Like, it makes me question, what are you doing with your money?
Well, you bring up some good points, Moochie, but I feel like a lot of what you're saying is more so on the writers. The writers did it this way. You know, you're thinking from a place of logic. I had some of the same thoughts that you did. I felt like Bryant should have had more pull, him being a detective, not only a cop, a detective on the force.
I was thinking that same thing. I just didn't want to interrupt anybody, but I was thinking that same thing this whole time in the quiet too.
Yeah, no, but
like, I think the reason why that everyone is saying the same thing, that, well, didn't he have some friends? Didn't he have some pull on the? No, I think everybody hated him. Just because he's on the force doesn't mean everybody on the force likes him.
Enemies on the force
could, because why he ain't getting nobody there to protect him, to protect his son.
To me, a cop like that, and we was calling him Coach Cop from season 1. You mean to tell me you don't know nobody in juvie?
Right.
That's like of authority where you can lay out, look, my son is coming there. I need you to look out for him. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought.
In law enforcement, some people they travel in the same circles.
That's right.
I'm having
gang. They all hang together. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you for the super chat, Tyrion. Oh yeah, I got my Aaliyah soup in the vendana, like back and forth. Look, I got another super chat. Thank you, Steve. Henrietta Pops has police connects. Thank you. I don't understand how he's just dealing with Henrietta. You mean to tell me you couldn't talk to her father and be like, look, is active
because he knows the father.
They just wrote this kind of sloppy because realistically, once Henrietta's henchman threatened his life, he should have went straight to the father and be like, yo, check your daughter. Stuff is getting, the block is hot. They wrote, I'm sorry, it's the writers. They wrote this kind of stuff.
Yeah. I agree with that part right there.
Yeah, I agree with that part too. I agree with that too. And even somebody with no money can still get some type of lawyer.
Exactly.
You might not get Johnny Cock, who can't afford him, but you can get somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can get still somebody. So to me,
you should have been working on that when he was in Holden, yo.
Yeah.
Right.
Before he got, we didn't even
And
see
the mother
this kid
gave him a
get-
check.
I'm
Where's that
just
money
pissed
for
off
the
with this
lawyer?
whole thing because
they
we
ruined
didn't
It's
see
the
him
writing.
get a
It's
range.
the writing.
We never
writing.
see him get a lawyer. He didn't even get no public defender. You mean to tell me you let this kid sit like this long, and you know that you got enemies?
Stupid.
Right. Right.
And then instead of when you run out of the car, instead of going to try to, you know they're gonna come after your son. You know they providing protection. You leave them because you think they're gonna do something to you, and you go to Jen's house. You go to Jen's house.
If she's the only person that can help you, then that's sad. You've been a detective for a very long time. If she's the only person in the whole force, you can't go to the captain. Nobody.
I know somebody owe him a favor or two. Come on now.
Even some hustlers could have owed him a favor. You know,
That's
somebody
right.
in juvie that could look out for my son.
That was
besides
my
that
point. Like
motherfucker.
he was working both sides of the fence, and yet he had
Exactly.
nobody on
Worried
either
about
side
Terry,
he could
getting
go
Terry
to.
and me.
Exactly.
He was never focused on that boy. And the
No,
boy felt like I might have. I mean,
he
I understand
was
what
a
you're saying about
latchkey kid the whole time. Detective Bryant was watching him, and he didn't want to even get to know the kid. By the time he got to know him, he was already in handcuffs.
That's right.
Who the character was that he was drawing about was him, and all of this stuff.
He was telling. Remember, if you go back to season 1, he was telling him not to fool with the drawing and the coloring and all that stuff.
People would pick on him.
Yeah, he was discouraging him for doing it.
So
He didn't
what's
want
your
him wearing
thoughts about her
the
coming up to Jen's house, y'all?
I just think Jen is gonna want her even more now. She wanted to know who Henry was. She was basically saying, "Who's Henry? Who is he?" She gonna find out. She gonna want to get some of that.
They tore her house up.
Yeah, because her house
up.
got demolished, all because they followed freaking Bryant there.
And Kobe now is Swiss cheese. She from her.
I knew she was about to go when she kept telling her sob story and she first was standing in front of the window. I said, "Kobe about to get shot, isn't she?" And that was before Bryant even was on his way to go there.
But
when she was doing the karaoke thing and she said, "Should I talk to my father?" That's when I said she's going.
Yep.
And every episode she's been talking since the moment she got there. She's been talking about death. And she died and came back to life and don't go into the light Caroline and all kinds of stuff. She always kept doing that. So we knew that I ain't think she was going to last long. So
let's talk about.
But I see a lot of people saying that Kevin should have defended himself without using the thing, and I agree with y'all. I do not disagree with that at all. And we see stuff like this happen every day in real life. But that's another thing his father could have did. He could have brung him outside to the playground like my mama used to do with me, and say, "Kick that behind, fight, push him right into him, and make him freaking fight."
Like Rock did to
I had like that,
right?
I mean,
so you wasn't doing that. You got to teach your kid to fight or flee, but nowadays the way kids is now with
you can't do that.
Now today is different than back in the day.
We're past that.
My dad, my brother wasn't no fighter. He's one of the coolest. He don't argue with nobody. But one day this dude ran up on him. He fought the guy, and as he was walking away, the guy tried to run up behind him with something. Child, you would have thought I turned into damn Superwoman the way I flew down them flights of stairs and was on that dude back, because I was like, that's what we're not gonna do.
That's right.
But,
that's right.
Yeah.
I'll fight a kid. I don't care. I'll fight somebody's kid. Like you ain't gonna be touching on my child.
So Bryant's going in beast mode to avenge his son's death, y'all.
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. This is why I always said that there had to be. This was my reasoning for agreeing with you, Moochie, when you said that Kevin was going to unalive himself. I always knew that Kevin was not going to be around, but I knew that was a very real possibility, because what person chases somebody for 20-something years unless something personal happened to them that they blame them for? Now, is it stupid for him to blame them for this? But he always goes back to them as the reason why Kevin ended up where he ended up, which has been, that was so stupid to me, because I never got why he equated the two together, because it didn't make sense. But that's the only reason I was like, something is going to happen, because nobody chases somebody for 22 years unless something terrible happens and they're feeding off of that anger.
Mm-hmm. I wish they never showed us that clip of him in the future.
I've been saying that for the
I
longest.
feel like they messed up the whole thing doing
They
that.
messed up.
Tamika been saying that, and I totally agree. Because
so let me
now
ask y'all this
we
question.
can't even take Bryand out because we already know that he gonna be around 20, 30 years later.
That was
right.
Can't throw him in the furnace, anger.
No, yeah, he definitely I need to do a short, throw him right up in there for real. Yeah. Okay, and then also, wait a minute, I want to ask really quick, when you already went past the Kobe scene, but so y'all think because she kept mentioning her father and he running for this office, whether it's mayor or whatever it is, and her brother, you think we now gonna see them?
Because I want to know if they're gonna as far as that, I want to know if what type of confrontation is Bryand gonna be in this confrontation, because he's showed up at the house. Is another question I gotta ask too about this, y'all. Do y'all see she took the files home? That's a crime scene now.
Ooh.
What do you think is gonna become of that? Because you're not really supposed to take stuff like that home. Do you think they're gonna overlook this, y'all? They're gonna write around this, or is it gonna be brought up that she did this?
I don't know, because cops be taking stuff home all the time. I'm sure they shouldn't, but they just do. I don't know. It might just be a thing.
I think they're gonna be more worried about Kobe, being taken out, especially with her dad being a politician. I'm sure he's gonna be on their neck, and he gonna want some answers. It may come up later.
There's a reason why they kept mentioning that. She kept bringing him up, so I think we probably gonna see it. I guess.
So I think I do believe. Well, they're gonna have
unless it's poor writing again. So
what we gonna have Bryand at 2 funerals?
What if the politician is the one we already saw? What if her dad is the politician that whatchamacallit went to go see about Terry what if? Because he said he was running
for thinking that, but I was like, nah,
who was that again?
Do y'all think that's her father?
I don't know.
I was wondering.
The one she's talking about is the politician that Markeisha bride that had the compromising pictures of
the
him.
Judge. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. And he said that he was running for something.
They said he was running for office, y'all.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about him. Yeah.
So he might be on Henrietta's neck too now.
She apparently
because that's who actually took out his daughter.
Yeah.
Child.
So this is the last thing we're gonna address, and that's Techwood, the whole Techwood situation. And I was so glad. I know y'all was glad to see Stacks go. I was messed up that the rapper, I forgot his name, that he was taken out because Meech told him at the beginning of this he wasn't going to put him in no compromising position.
And that's how we knew he was about to go.
There you go.
He said, make sure my music is spread around. And as he coughing up blood, Meech is like, everybody going to know your name all around the world. Okay. I was like, we knew he was
we knew he was a goner once he said that.
That was sad, though.
Yeah.
It was sad.
I didn't like that at all.
So my question is this: do y'all think that Terry's gonna face off with this woman, or do you think he's gonna? Do you think that he's gonna take? Do you think he's gonna actually take out Henrietta?
You got the wrong picture up.
I know, but you don't. You hear what I'm saying? though? You hear what I'm saying, right?
Oh, I thought you were showing us something. Okay.
No, but you hear what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah. You said is Terry gonna do what to who?
Because I don't have the picture. That was the last thing. What I was saying about Terry, I said, do you think that we're gonna see him actually go at Henrietta?
He ain't gonna have no choice
because he's already afraid. Yeah. He's already afraid to handle this by himself. The last thing he said, this is something that he wanted Meech to handle him with. Do you think that he's gonna be able to handle this situation all by himself, or he's going to team up with somebody besides the PA boys? Because they've been saving them. They've been saving them left and right. The PA boys, y'all.
I don't think he's gonna have no choice. Henrietta gonna bring herself out there with that damn flamethrower, and I I hope it blow up in her damn hands. I'm
Me
sick
too.
of her. But you know, he gonna have to do what he gotta do. Like he said at the end of the episode, he gotta pick up the arms. It's time to go. Let's go.
Yeah.
I agree with Tamika what she said.
I think it's gonna be Bryant that's gonna take out Henrietta, not Terry. I don't know. I don't have a feeling.
Okay, so all right, so I'm gonna close out the question. That was the question. Do you think they'll team up? Because to me, they doing every day. To me, they're following Power's formula.
Well, he gonna have 3 people. She gonna have 3 people after her: Bryant, Jen, and Terry. And then her daddy got to get involved once he gets to her first.
Well, I'm after it too. So if I see her on the streets, I'm taking her out because I'm tired of it.
All
I don't
right,
care
so
if
we
she
have
choke on a chicken bone or anything. Just anybody can take her out. I'm tired of it.
I just closed out the poll, ladies. The poll is closed. The question for tonight was, do you think Bryant will get together with Terry to take out Henrietta? And it's at 60% says yes. 67% says yes. And 32% says no, with a total of 85 votes. So that's where we are with the poll, y'all.
All 3 should come together, and one, grab each arm, the other one grab the legs, and just snap.
Right.
Pull apart, right?
That's right. Pull apart. That's right.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
This is episode 5.
Let's tear her apart, Tamika. Let's just tear her apart.
This is episode 5, y'all. What episode y'all think Henrietta is getting taken out in? Do y'all think it's the next episode?
I hope it's today.
I hope so, but I
need
don't
a
think
prediction.
So.
I need a prediction and a number, ladies. We're gonna start with you, Momo.
Okay, man. Okay. I think they're gonna drag it out. So I say episode 9 or 10. So yeah.
Henry going in episode 9. Momo. Who's next?
I think something like that, because just like they did with Ronnie on Raising Canaan, they drug that out almost to the end.
Yeah,
so
I really think it's gonna be the finale. Really.
Yeah, it may be 8. It could be 8, 9, or 10. It's somewhere.
You gotta give one. You can't.
Okay, I'm gonna say 9. I say 9. I'm gonna
okay.
Be
so you saying 9 too? Yeah. EJ,
what up?
What you say? What episode? Henrietta's going?
The last one.
You saying
I think they're gonna drag it out to the end.
Yeah.
I got no other enemies though, besides what in Atlanta. But as far as Detroit, we got Henry. So yeah, I'm gonna go with 10.
Okay, I'm gonna read yours after we do Tamika. What you say? Henrietta, what episode?
Usually 5 and 8 when they do the most stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna say 8.
We already passed 5, so you saying 8?
Yeah, I'm gonna say 8.
I'm gonna go with EJ. I'm gonna say 10.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say 10, and
Yeah,
let me see what everybody else is saying.
Some people said 10.
8,
I'm saying 8, 9.
RC says 10. Monique 69 Wade says number 8. So she right there with you, Tamika. Tamika said 8. All right. Tanetta Grayson said 9. Tom B said 7. Henry being taken out may affect her father's wrath. You think so? Do you think that's going to have him come after Meech and Terry?
It could.
That's why I want Bryant to do it.
Or it could be Bryant. Yeah.
Oh, no, he might
Bryant
be glad to get
it.
rid of it, because she's problematic even to him. So he might be glad to get rid of it.
Right. I don't.
Candy said 8.
Ways.
She's horrible. She be trying too hard. Like all the moves that she make don't even make sense. Brian was an asset to her. That was the dumbest thing that she ever did. Women's protection.
Yeah, you can't help it because it went sideways. You was doing too much.
Exactly.
You was telling too many people your plans on how you was moving your product.
Ooh.
Stuff like that people ain't supposed to know. Even if you are giving them product, you don't tell them how it's coming.
Yeah.
Meet here at this spot, this time, blah, blah, blah. You know what? Let me stop talking.
She was
Yes,
going too much with her emotions and making out herself. She need to stab herself with that big sword she always walking around with. I
Stab
agree with
herself, that's right.
I agree with who was that? Sonette. Somebody said Glock is going in 10. I agree with that.
You still talking about Charles Suburbia?
Yeah,
Come
this-
on,
yeah,
let it
forget it.
rest.
Oh.
Henry's dad should be mad at lifting Kevin's protection. Do you think? Well, do you? Yeah, he is going to be mad at her. Do you think we're going to see a conversation?
That's why I don't think that he gonna be mad if she's taken out, because I think you can see he look like
he's tired of her.
Yeah, he didn't look like a like they got no loving relationship. You know.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask y'all all this then. Do you think that it's gonna be a problem because what Henrietta did with Sally's question?
I think it's gonna be a problem that she went after a cop's.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be a problem.
I think her father is going to be pissed
because he was already warning her, and she was saying how she wanted more power, and she thought he was about to retire and pass everything down to her, and he was telling her she wasn't ready, and you just proved his point.
Yep.
See, if they use Markeisha to take out, let me write this down. If they use Markeisha to take out thing, that would be the best thing because she's been receiving such a bad rap from everything else. Let her put some work in. Yeah, I say let her put let her put some work in. What's y'all thoughts?
I could care less about Markeisha.
I could care less about her.
All right.
I don't give a damn about her, but make yourself useful.
Yeah, make yourself useful. I mean, look, we done bought you the house and taking care of you and everything. I mean, so yeah, make yourself.
Kids. Don't forget them kids too. Taking care of the kids in your house and everything.
Right.
Carolyn said, "Daddy gonna have a fit." Because she went there and tried to take out Bryand. I think Bryand's gonna tell him everything. Look, your daughter's off the rocker. Things went sideways with this transport, and now now my son is gone.
Yeah. And who doesn't understand that you tried to put in a plan at the last minute to try to get the shipment, right? It's not like you put any thought process into it. You send only one person out there to trail them. He got
look at OT lungs.
It went sideways.
What up, OT?
What's valuable about her? I'm sorry,
the assets is valuable.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, EJ. I didn't mean to cut you off. Sorry.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I was just saying that Henrietta basically she's just stupid. Like it doesn't make her moves don't make sense. Even that thing where she calls oh boy out trying to prove something, and then she ends up stabbing him. Why? What was the point of any of that? If we just don't take him out with the knife.
And the point of stabbing herself, what was all that about?
She's insecure.
I feel like she feels like she has to be like more come with all of this energy like this because she's a female. And she knows look, Rock don't do it that way though. We already know that.
Rock knows she a boss, and Rock just she a boss and that's it. And she ain't got to prove. Like, if you gotta prove that you a boss, then you ain't no boss.
You ain't no boss.
That part.
It is what it is.
Exactly. That's why I said she's insecure. You always gotta prove something. She don't feel like she's good enough. It's just no. You scream lame. You scream insecure. You want to be the head, ninja in charge, and you really not, baby girl. You really not. So hang it up.
Look at Stephen Harris said, I can give 2 F's about Markeisha.
I'm sorry. I had it highlighted.
She ain't going to do nothing.
I had it highlighted.
Yeah. Markeisha. I could live without Markeisha for the rest of this whole entire
show. We don't need to see
this whole drawing thing was sad because that was his note. So did he take himself out or was he taken out?
He had stuff around his neck. So
I sort of think that's how I wanted
his neck was
He probably hung himself. Yeah, he took himself out.
Yeah, I believe so. That's why they put that disclaimer at the beginning
Yeah,
and the end of the show.
no, I know. I just wanted
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
touch
No,
on
because
everything.
no, because there was somebody, I forgot who said it in the, I think
who
maybe
said it?
RC or somebody who said, I don't believe that he did it.
Himself
You
out.
know that, yeah. So I think the proof is there that he did do it.
Yeah.
Do y'all think we're gonna see Terry go to St. Louis by himself, or do you think we're gonna see Meech and him go out there together?
I feel like they both got issues on their home fronts right now, and I don't really think St. Louis is, because even Meech says it like right now
we can't do this right now. I get it.
Right now.
He said I got to take care of things here with my family. You know, so.
Yeah, I think Meech's gonna take care of that, and then he probably going to St. Louis next. And Terry got Henry, and plus, if I'm not mistaken, LaWanda about to be giving birth. So
yeah, she probably be giving birth by the
right
next
now.
episode.
They can't do all of that.
Yeah,
They got too much going on.
And before you close out, Moochie, that y'all didn't mention that when they had that little pew pew at the projects, them people on the roof was falling like Legos. It was so hilarious.
baby, everybody was
I watched
falling.
that episode.
Yeah, but I said I wanted to address Techwood
like a house of cards. Just pew 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 pew.
Yeah,
I was
there was so many bodies.
I felt Remy
it was body,
if Remy would have listened to me, they would have seen them coming.
Exactly. Too stubborn. Too stubborn.
That's when he messed up. And
even
by
in
the
those
time he
few
realized
minutes,
how much he messed up, it was too late.
Exactly.
Yep.
It
Those
was
few
too late.
minutes,
You had
was
all of
a
that going
lifetime.
on.
You're right.
It was just
Those few
some
minutes
more
was a
pictures is
lifetime.
missing.
He could have those few minutes was a lifetime, and they could have made some moves right then instead of pulling the blickies out and all that stuff. That was
a waste of time.
It was a waste of time, but they still wasn't going to be able to control it because they didn't know Homegirl had made the call to Stacks for blocking them to come right then and there, and they were still outnumbered, and they didn't have the machinery that Glocking them has.
And that's what Meech was trying to tell them.
Yeah, he was done with that part. Even his man was like, he got a point.
Right. And also rest in peace to Lil Milton. The little boy.
I don't know what the hell he thought he was doing.
Yeah,
I had a feeling he was gonna go to
like he was about to be Rambo out there.
For real.
And then he got taken out. And I was like, oh no. And then the father, I understand the father being mad. He said, this is all this is your fault. You supposed to be protecting us. So the father was mad, you know. It was I said poor Milton. But we know, you know something. I think it was Tamika or somebody said, oh yeah, something gonna happen to this little boy. Because remember the first episode,
Tamika said it. Tamika said
the little boy when he had the bag of candy.
But I wasn't expecting him to come walking in, standing up in the middle of a damn shoot hunt with that big Uzi.
You know
what the hell?
That messed him up, though.
You see the look on his face.
That messed Remy up. I had the pictures. I don't know what happened to him, but that messed him up.
Yeah.
I think we knew that was going to happen from the very beginning, just because they pointed him out. Now, like Tamika said, I didn't think he was going to be trying to pull out no strap and be like, what's going on? I just thought he was going to get caught up in a crossfire.
That's what I thought too. But remember, he was like, this is what he said to him. You ready to put that work in? Remember, he was saying something like that.
He did say that. And so that's what you call, I guess, that foreshadowing you always talking about, Moochie. Yeah. So we kind of saw something was going to happen, because somebody said, I almost think it might have been Tamika. Can't remember who said it. They said, oh yeah, something going to happen to this little kid.
Yeah.
You know,
we all one person said it and then we all agreed.
Yeah. And I agree with it. So we had so many bodies in this episode.
Yeah, this was a lot.
You think the next episode it's gonna chill out, or
it got to?
I believe we might see somebody go though. I want to see how much. I want to see how Jen is gonna handle this with Bryand.
I think it's gonna be mostly the funerals, because it's gonna be several funerals.
That's right.
You know,
I think you're right. So
Jen having to answer questions and also her wanting to get answers, and she gonna want to know what time it is now.
Exactly.
She about to go demon time too.
It's gonna be a fuller episode with the funerals. We're gonna have some extra details added in with that. hopefully.
Well, usually after episode 5, it starts kind of picking up more, right? So
Oh,
you
yeah.
most of the show. So yeah,
I think it done picked up right here. That shootout was
yeah,
a lot.
yeah. You right.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's gonna yeah. I
What
don't know
up,
if we had a
Lauren?
lot of
What up,
bodies.
what up?
All right. So this is today. We've been on here for like over an hour and a half. What y'all got going on y'all channels? EJ, what you got going on?
Yeah, so first and foremost, this is always a vibe over here. I love talking with you ladies, love hearing all the differences of opinions and all that good stuff. Love having great conversation with y'all, so appreciate y'all. But on my channel, your girl was slacking this week, so I actually don't have a lot of videos up this week. I mean, from last week. So this week I will be on top of it. I'll be getting my family business review out for the rewatch of the family business. I should be having another family business showing the characters for the new upcoming family business, the New Orleans series, the spinoff. I hope to have that done this week. I'm also going to be hosting our Ruthless Roundtable this week as well. So if you watch Ruthless, then definitely join us on Wednesday for that. And then, rinse and repeat. I'll try to make sure I get my reviews out for BMF this go around. And we did just do Diara from Detroit. We did a live show on that. So definitely check that out as well.
Okay. Tamika, what you got going on, BX?
I don't got much going on. If y'all didn't see my BMF recap, you can check that out. I joined EJ yesterday for Daria from Detroit. Very good show. If y'all not watching, check that out. And also we did Foxy Brown yesterday. Of course, Kayla want to talk too. We did Foxy Brown yesterday. If y'all didn't see that, check that out. Other than that, I don't know if we have a movie night later in the week. I'll be joining for that. And then I have, BMF when that comes on again, and my self-care Saturday and what you should be watching. I'm kind of chilling right now, but there's more than enough stuff over there for y'all to check out if you haven't.
That's right.
Okay.
All right. So what you got going on, Momo?
We are Moochie. One real quick. We are doing movie night, Tamika, Wednesday. Thursday. Sorry.
Okay.
What's the movie night again? Is Kimba. Make sure y'all tune in. It's on BET Plus. If you have not seen it, please check it out, y'all. What you got going on, Momo, Monique, Nicole?
Oh God, what the hell is wrong with this child, Lord? Anyway, hi guys. So earlier today, I did a video with Lamont on BMF, so check that out. And then this week, I'm definitely gonna deliver a trending topics or hot topics video because some stuff has been going on in these streets. And then Thursday's reality TV, and I might hit y'all with something else. We'll see. I have a new segment that I'm gonna introduce on my channel very, very soon. So I just want to marinate it a little bit and perfect it. So y'all just stay tuned for your girl because some new things are coming.
Okay.
Suburbia, listen, honey, you are watching channels that are full of women on the panel giving their different perspectives. Okay. So I don't know about the gender bias, but if you don't want to hear different women having different opinions, okay, even though we love you, shout out to Suburbia because he always
really this is what you say, man,
in the Instagram, okay, and you feel like you can only rock with Brillo and them, which I rocks with Brillo because we all the TVC.
I do too.
Then respectfully,
this is hold on. This is a prime example of when people say in life sometimes to misunderstanding you. This is that because we all were very fair with our commentary. I think Moochie prides herself on being fair and not biased.
I try to be.
As well as the ladies on this panel, we gave an objective opinion and standpoint. We gave Charles his kudos. We got on Lucille for her discretion. So I again, committed to not.
Get out of here with this beyond your understanding stuff.
And look,
don't talk to me. Don't talk to us like we don't know what we talking about.
Always stand up for the men because men do be, everybody.
So we already said that she's wrong. That she was wrong for kissing him. I don't know what more that he want us to say.
I stand for the women, but I'm a rock with the men too. So I'm in between. I'm not.
Yeah, so I don't know where they're watching.
Yeah,
baby, my intelligence.
We stuck on it.
We still friends, Suburbia. Reach out to me on IG.
Baby,
we'll talk.
Look, he know how to reach me.
He reach me all the time.
Nothing wrong with disagreeing. Respect to all the ladies on the panel. Thank you, RC.
Thank you, RC.
Suburbia just busted out y'all. He respect us because he come back every week.
Kind of think the same thing. It's just that we say it differently.
Don't be coming on here trolling us, Mr. Jones.
Yeah, because everybody is going to have a difference of opinion. If we all thought the exact same thing, this would be hella boring, and it would be no purpose of it. If everybody agreed with just every little single thing and didn't have a different perspective to it, what would even be the point?
But that's how the world is, EJ. Everybody, they want you to all.
I just feel like we spend too much time on it.
Religion, with this, whatever it may be. Everybody wants everybody to think one way.
I just feel like we spent too much time on it. We already said that she's wrong. We said he's trying to redeem himself, and what he did is wrong. And we all say we don't like the tit for tat stuff. Right. So I don't understand how is it biased if we're not. If we did acknowledge that,
we just changed it. We're just different way we saying it.
Well, you know what? Look, I'm gonna be doing some other stuff
with someone whose intellect is at the bottom.
Please keep y'all notifications on. I'm done with it at this point. I'm not gonna keep going back. I feel like a broken record at this point that we talk about Charles and Lucille. We talked about that for over a half hour.
Right.
Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna agree to disagree this
Suburbia. We still love you. We'll see you the next time on the next chat.
Exactly. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Make sure y'all hit that like, hit the share. Put me up in that algorithm, y'all. Holla at your girl. Thank you for coming out. God bless and have a good night, y'all.